What's up, everybody? Today what we're going to be doing is taking a look at the Xvive A58 wireless system. So the thing about this wireless system is that it works off of a transmitter and a responder. So let me grab a receiver. This is the receiver. The other one is literally the exact same shape looking thing. It's got 6 channels on it. And when you go to look at the channels, if you hold the channel button down, it will actually scan the best channel for whatever area that you're in. And this works off of a 5.8 gigahertz frequency band, which is a much better band to be running a form of wireless instrument system versus the 2.5 gigahertz. 2.5 is very common amongst most wireless things that we have today, such as Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all of that stuff. So whenever you're stepping into a different frequency range, it makes it to where you have a lot less of a chance of getting interference and things of that nature. And that's really important if you're out playing live in a lot of your local places. Because if you're stuck on a same crowded frequency range, then you will probably experience dropouts and things of that nature, which, as we know, you don't want that to happen in the middle of your gig. That could ruin the entire thing. You'll feel bad, your band will feel bad, the audience will be laughing at you. It's just, it's real easy to avoid with switching over to something that's on a different frequency range. First things first, the price of this thing is absolutely amazing for a wireless system. Brand new from Amazon, you can get them for $130, which that's amazing for a wireless system. I remember whenever I was a teenager, I had got my first wireless system. It was a natty of some sort, but it was a much bigger system. It had the actual big receiver that you would sit on top of an amplifier, put in a rack case, and then you had a body pack that would mount to your strap. And that thing, at the time, while it was about the same price as this setup, it really only worked well at home. Any other time I would have friends come over if they had their cell phones or anything. It just, if you were within, say, 15 foot of it, it worked pretty good. But with this, they claim to have a 100-foot range. And if you get on YouTube and you look at all the other reviews of these wireless systems, you will see people putting that to the test, and some of them are achieving even more range out of it until after they start experiencing dropouts. But again, 100-foot range on a wireless system, you really aren't going to be traveling that far anyway. So that's amazing. Another thing with mine, I'll go ahead and grab my guitar that I have the main thing set up on. Go ahead and plug this back in. There we go. You can buy an aftermarket accessory, which is basically this little pouch that you can put it in. And it comes with this cord that plugs into the unit that you can turn around and plug into your guitar. Now, this guitar is my Comparison Dellinger 2 EF Pro, my main guitar, as you guys know. When I was doing some testing earlier, I never experienced a single dropout. I had really no latency that I could pick up. Now, on the device, it claims that it has under 5 milliseconds of latency. And to me, whenever I'm messing around with it, in fact, I'll go ahead and boot this thing back up real quick and turn it on. All right, that's turned on. That's turned on. Make sure it's, yeah, we're getting sound. So, as you can tell, I'm not plugged into any cable or anything. I'm directly into this wireless system, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn it up. I think I got the delay on, we'll turn that off. But there's no latency I could tell. No fancy playing, just literally kind of showing the response of everything. I mean, barely touching it, barely doing anything. It absolutely picks every single thing up with zero issue, which is absolutely incredible, especially for the price tag. Like I said, the thing is brand new at $130 on Amazon, which, I mean, I gotta admit, Amazon basically built my studio. Most of the things that are in here came from Amazon, except for the guitars and, you know, my actual rig that I use. Which, for those of you who don't know, the rig that I have set up here in my home studio, I'll go ahead and turn this cable, or the phone, should I say. I'm running the Neural DSP Quad Cortex. It's matching Mission Engineering Expression pedal, a Carvin Mach 100 power amp or stereo power amp pedal, and then I've got this little case on my board that is for tools and random assortments of stuff. But yes, again, the Xvive wireless system, it's the 2 transmitters. It does come with this little case, and inside this little case, it's got a little place to put both the transmitters, and it comes with a USB-C dual-headed cord, so you can literally see that you can plug both the transmitter and the receiver into the same singular outlet, which, again, I'm glad they thought of that. That's really great. It makes it to where you don't have to worry about plugging into 2 separate boxes or power supplies. So, yeah, that's really, really awesome. And again, all for $130 on Amazon right now. That's killer. The next step up in wireless that I would even consider would be working on like a dual frequency range, which at that point you're talking about a Shure 16 plus pedal version, which is cool because it's got the tuner and the wireless system, but you're also talking $600. This company, Xvive, actually makes a pedal version of this same kind of wireless system, and how it works is literally a guitar pedal that's a tuner, and then you have the exact same receiver that I've got currently on the guitar. So, for example, if I wanted to say get the pedal version, I can literally just buy the wireless pedal system itself for way cheaper than buying the whole unit. And I can convert it, I can literally put that pedal on my board and run the same receiver to that pedal and have a wireless system that has a tuner itself. But I didn't need that because, again, my Cortex has a built-in tuner. So there was really no need. That's why I went ahead and went with this system. Plus, it was a lot cheaper. And if you get on YouTube, again, all of the reviews on it are stellar. And now that I've got it here and I've actually played around with it here in my house, yes, it's worth every single penny. So if you're in the market for a guitar wireless system, I would highly, highly suggest and recommend that you check out the Xvive A58. Works flawlessly so far. It's a good price. There's a way that you can set it up as a body pack instead of having to base it off of, like I said, the other one's the exact same as this. So if you look at this, you'll notice that right here, this is actually like a soft rubber padding. So when you plug it into the guitar and you fold it up, that padding is touching the guitar to where it's not plastic on wood and scratching it and making it gross and nasty looking. And that was a little feature that I thought was great. So far, from what I can tell, as far as plugging into different guitars, It works just fine with a Stratocaster style input jack. The comparisons that I use, they have a recessed input jack that's to the side of the body. I haven't tried plugging it directly into that, but from what I can tell, I don't think it would work. That was kind of why I bought the little pouch system, so that it runs that extension cable off of it to plug in to the straight angle cable. It makes it work. And I haven't had any problems with it. I mean, it's great. It does work on Les Paul style guitars, but as you would know, you would plug it in and then you would kind of just fold it like that or whatever. And again, this rubber piece rests onto the guitar, so it doesn't scratch it up or anything. But yeah, I cannot recommend this wireless system enough. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome, especially for the price. And it does feel pretty decent. I mean, you can tell that it's a plastic housing and whatnot, but it doesn't really feel super cheap. You know, like a lot of wireless systems out there that are made today that you get on eBay or Amazon or, you know, of course, you know, we're all kind of cheapskates in our own way. But I would definitely recommend not super hardcore cheaping out on a wireless system, especially if you're a gigging musician. But yeah, definitely check out this brand. They're awesome. The price is good and the quality is absolutely fantastic. I've gotten way more out of this as far as, you know, my price that I paid for it, which I paid $130 for through Amazon. And it's been worth absolutely every single penny. It's incredible. And saving multiple $100s compared to the Shure version. But that's not to take away from the amazingness of the Shure model of wireless system. I'm sure it's absolutely wonderful. But again, if you're like me and you mainly play at your house or you go out and play locally or whatever, this is absolutely worth the money. Definitely check it out. You can get it at Amazon, Sweetwater, Musician's Friend, Guitar Center. They sell them everywhere. In fact, when I was on GuitarCenter.com, I found a couple of these units in their used section, but the used price was like $100. Just throw an extra 30 on there and get it brand spanking new in the box. It's worth the money, truly. Either way, thank you for stopping by and checking out the video. Peace.